So you think this will work as a beard?
Goes down there.
They'll buy this?
There's dust in it.
Well, things get in facial hair.
Well, that's gross. Hello, welcome to LOSTies with Jed and Cara.
I'm Jed.
I'm Cara.
Welcome to the special Comic-Con edition of LOSTies with Jed and Cara.
Why do you have that long beard there?
First, we better address the beard thing on the website. We put a poll up from the vacation video asking the viewers to decide whether or not Jed should keep his beard. You had the choice of he could shave it, he could shave his head like Locke, or grow it out crazy length like Jack. How'd the results come out, Cara?
2 people said to shave it. 3 people said shave head. Was that your vote?
No.
And 11 said to grow Jack length.
Woo! Crazy Jack length.
That's a little longer.
So
Jack length.
So what happened?
Well, I get 12 votes, and so shave it is the official majority.
Cara actually said if you ever want to But thank you for going to the website and voting. The 16 people have voted. We appreciate it. Thank you. Little stuff that we usually do at the end. We're going to do some contact info right now because we have a new phone line for people to call. The LOSTies with Jed and Cara phone line. We broke down. I guess it's a little tougher to send videos. It's just more work. So I understand that.
So now you can just call.
Yep. And that number is what, Cara?
It is 206-338-7942.
206-338-7942. I'll try to say it without looking at it. 206-338-7942. Call us anytime. Leave us a message, a question, a comment. You can yell at us, make fun of us. We don't really like those, though. Sing a song. Ask us a really in-depth lost question that I'm sure we won't know the answer to. But it'd be great if you could email us a picture of yourself, so when we play the voicemail, we could see you.
Oh, good idea.
Good idea. So let's just give a quick update of what we've been doing all summer. Sorry, we haven't really had an episode for a little while. What have we been up to?
Well, we went to a few concerts.
We did.
Keith Urban.
To Keith Urban. This is Cara and Jed at Toby Keith.
Keith Urban.
He was enjoyable.
He was enjoyable.
Taylor Swift, not so much.
Nah, not as much. We should have brought binoculars.
We saw that one band, that small band that you like.
Green Day.
Green Day!
It's what I like, actually. She just tolerates it.
No, it was good.
You liked it?
Yep.
Yeah, they were cool.
It's something unpredictable, but in the end it's right. I hope you had the time of your life. Something unpredictable, but in the end it's right. I hope you had the time of your life.
We went on this thing called RAGBRAI. RAGBRAI stands for Registers Annual Great Bike Ride Across Iowa.
Good job.
I said across with a T. Across Iowa. And basically you start on the west side of the state, whoop, and ride all the way to the east. And we didn't do all that.
We didn't ride the whole thing. Chilly.
It's what?
It's chilly.
Chilly.
5 degrees.
Yikes. Here we go. Creepy. It is 10:35 on Sunday, first day of RAGBRAI. We are in the town of Henderson, stopping for a little drink. Kara's enjoying some Mike's Hard Lemonade because she thinks it's too early for beer.
Yes.
And we have 19 more miles to go until we hit Red Oak. So
And it's very hilly.
the hills have been a little shocking how steep they are, and there's plenty of them. But not a bad day. It's only 52 miles. Tomorrow could be treacherous. Where are we?
Williams something. But it's so small we missed it. So we're driving on.
We've got 17 more miles on this hefty day. Kara's shot. So am I. We just do 3 days each year because we run a 7-mile foot race on Saturday. RAGBRAI starts on a Sunday. We ride till Tuesday, and then we do the race, the Bix, on Saturday, the following Saturday. So
It's our big week of exercise
Yes.
every year.
the RAGBRAI is pretty cool. You get to ride across Iowa and meet a lot of different people from all across the country.
See lots of small towns in
Yeah,
Iowa.
you get a really good view of Iowa. It's a lot of fun. So if you're a bike rider, come to Iowa for RAGBRAI. You'll enjoy it. So this is a special Comic-Con episode of LOSTies. When we started LOSTies, I realized that I definitely wanted to go to Comic-Con this year. And just found out that I was too late. Tickets sold out so fast that I didn't have the opportunity to get tickets to even try to go. So, it's not that Cara didn't shoot it down or anything. She's pretty open-minded to letting me go to Comic-Con, but we weren't able to pull it off. So, in lieu of that, we found a way to watch all the content. The day of Comic-Con, we basically followed Twitter the whole time. Big shout out to Doc Arts and Jeff Jensen from EW. I really enjoyed watching his tweets. We watched video from Jay and Jack, and Jopinionated. She posts some stuff with Doc Arts that we're actually going to use to show some things, so big thanks to her. And Donald from Donald is Lost, he kind of pulled all the content together on his site, made it really easy to see all these things. So big thanks to him too. So Comic-Con in a nutshell. So
In a nutshell.
what did you think of? You haven't really watched that before. This is your first
No.
time viewing. What did you give me just a brief idea of what you thought of it.
I thought it was very entertaining. You didn't learn a lot from what's
Right.
going to happen,
Right.
but you don't really expect to, I guess.
It was very entertaining this year. It was, I mean, not that the last few years haven't been a big spectacle, but this year was definitely a big show they put on.
Was it bigger than others?
More in the sense that it was less Q&A and more like a well-oiled machine of video clips and actors doing their part and things like that.
Did you think it seemed too planned out?
No, I liked that. In fact, I kind of dread the questions most of the time. They kind of bog things down, and sometimes they're obvious questions, and most of the time it's just, you know, Carlton and Damon dancing up there trying to avoid an
Right.
answer, which I don't want to know anyways, because I want to see it as it happens on the show.
That's true.
So I really enjoyed this year. I thought, well, for me it was my favorite of what I've seen.
I thought it was very good.
Name
I can't compare it to any other.
Name some things you liked.
Some things I liked. I liked Bob Stencil's question about the time traveling and when his nose started to bleed. That made me laugh.
How do they explode it? And then if they never ended up on the island, then oh. Oh God.
But I wish they would have elaborated on his question, even though it was a joke, because I still don't get the time traveling.
Oh dear. Yeah, Bob.
I know.
So he definitely goes around Comic-Con and he asks questions and does something funny each time. I thought it was hilarious too, cracking open the Dharma beer.
Hold on, I need my constant.
Yes, that was
good.
very good.
I liked the opening with Carlton getting his part of the script out of his leg holster, I think Damon called it.
Yes, yes.
Ankle holster. Maybe that's what it was.
Finally, a good excuse to wear the ankle holster for Carlton.
I loved hearing that Damon and Carlton, when they said that, you know, they did flash forwards in season 4, they did time traveling in season 5, and season 6 is going to have a totally different new storytelling technique to be used.
We are, you know, we're not, the time travel season is over, the flash forward season is over. We have something different planned. So hopefully you will like it, but we're not going to commit to what exactly that is going to be here today.
Well, maybe not new. They didn't say that, but it'd be different.
Yeah, but don't you think they'll still have flashbacks?
I don't know. I'm just excited by the notion that it might be a different structure. And maybe it'll just all play out linearly. I don't know.
No, that is good. I'm excited to see what's going to happen. I was excited to hear that they said a lot of the dead people were going to come back this season.
There's a good chance that you'll be seeing many characters that you haven't seen since the first season again.
That is cool. Yeah, you got that impression from the whole thing, didn't you?
Yes.
And that was my wish too, is that they just bring everyone back that was on the show ever and give them a little moment in this whole last season. I mean, it might just be one episode of seeing everybody, but it'd still be great to see everybody again. But it would be really cool if they could integrate people back into the season and make them important.
That's true, but that's going to be difficult to do because they have a lot of explaining to do in the last season.
We'll theorize later. Let's stick to the panel right now. What else did you like?
I liked to hear that we're going to learn a lot more about Richard Alpert and his story and how he came to the island.
You will be seeing a lot of Richard, and I think we would be incredibly remiss if we didn't give you Richard's backstory before the show ended.
As one might infer, Richard's flashback is fairly involved. So yeah, you might be seeing that in the final season.
So Nestor Carbonell is that his name? Yeah, Nestor Carbonell is he's now a series regular. He got bumped up to main cast for the last season.
Oh, really? He wasn't before.
No,
I guess he wasn't.
He was just a supporting character, but now he's going to be part of the main group they show at the beginning. I am so excited. Hasn't Richard been like the coolest character?
He has.
through all these seasons.
But the one that you also know the least about,
And
which probably makes him coolest.
But I just, the way he presents himself, I just, in LaFleur, when he comes bolting into the Dharma area and he slams that torch down on the ground, and he's so cool, he's talking to Sawyer. I am excited. I'm hoping that Richard's story is on the Black Rock. I'm hoping that season 6 opens on the Black Rock and Richard is in full but you know.
Well, probably was a
Was it
pirate.
a Spaniard? Was it a Spanish ship?
Yes.
In
it was a
conquistador
Spanish
outfits?
ship.
I don't recall the years. It was a slave ship, I know that
Puffy
much.
shirt.
A puffy pirate shirt? I would like that. I'm excited by that notion of Richard and his big flashback that we'll find out. That's cool. I loved, in the panel, I loved seeing Jorge go up to ask some questions. I thought that was hilarious.
Jorge? You know, you could have just called our office.
Yeah, you didn't have to come to Comic-Con to ask a question.
Yeah, I did call.
Oh.
You guys haven't called me back.
Oh, all right. Well, whatever you have to ask us, we will answer now.
What's your question, Jorge?
Okay, so the commercial that we all just saw, and the other one you made me do. Okay, so does that mean what Jack did in the finale actually worked? And then the plane never crashed? Because that would mean the last 5 seasons, you know, are all wiped away, like didn't happen. And, well, we all hope that's not the case, because that'd be like, you know, a real big cheat.
Jorge's delivery, and just his directness in saying, yeah, so those commercials that you made me do that we just watched, and if that happens in season 5, that's going to be a big cheat. I just like that he's so direct about it, even though they scripted this.
Yeah.
And that's the producers, you know, trying to undercut the fans and the questions that we're talking about now, that we're worried that it's going to be a big cheat. You know, but we need to trust them.
And asking where the inhaler went.
The inane stuff like that, yeah. Stuff like that me and you don't care the slightest about, but a lot of people out there do.
Yeah.
That's never going to be answered. That's right. What else?
Hearing that Juliet will be back.
Yeah.
I was happy to hear that.
That doesn't
but
mean...
makes a lot more questions.
Yeah, she's...
I mean, it doesn't mean she's alive.
No.
But
It could be an earthly...
it could be the
angelic
first
vision of her.
5 seconds of the first season where the bomb blows
It
up
won't be
again.
that. It won't be that. She'll be acting in a new scene, but it could be she's dead. Right. So that's right. I loved the Michael Emerson interrupting Jorge, and I especially loved the Michael Emerson audition scene.
That was good.
That was funny.
Oh, yes, I fought the Gulf War. Oh, we do have friends over there. 104th Airborne. What were you, Army, Air Force? The Republican Guard.
Okay, that was great. Okay, so, for the next scene.
Maybe that was a little too much.
No, not at all. That was great. So now we have it.
All the bits with the actors. Nestor's bit with the eyeliner when they had the camera over his shoulder.
This is cobalt. This is... I asked for onyx. I only use onyx. What is this, an amateur hour? Is this your first fucking con? You know what? I can't go out looking. Is that camera? Are you
You know, and one bit I did like, Doc Jeff Jensen actually brought this up when he was tweeting. When Stewart went up and asked his question, Stewart was the guy who was dressed like Hurley, and he had a great question, but his comment specifically was, thank you for creating the character of Hurley, so someone like me has someone to identify with on TV. And I thought that was great, and Jeff Jensen actually noted that as a cool moment while he was tweeting. That was good.
That's a very cool moment.
Yeah. I loved Holloway shocking Damon, mainly because the sound effect didn't come up in time, And Damon's like, this is my acting. And Holloway sticking his hand in the water, that was killer.
Yeah, that was.
That was perfect.
Uh-huh. Gonna hide the key from the audience, are you? Gonna keep from letting us know what's going on. Uh-huh. Give it up, Lurch. You're next.
You know, I don't care. Go ahead, shock him some more.
I will shock your friend J.J. Abrams here again.
Josh, that's not J.J. Abrams. He hasn't worked on the show since the first season. That's Damon Lindelof. Lindelof.
Lindelof. Okay. Well.
And I don't, if you, okay, all right.
I want him to try.
And the best moment of the whole thing for me was when Emerson is reading the script, and it's the ending of Heroes, and Emerson's line.
Oh, Silar's weary now. It's on you now, you know. You're the last Petrelli. Sylar absorbs that beat, then he fixes his glare on Parkman. Sylar. What the is this? That is not the end of Lost. Sometimes the hero's down. Okay.
The bleep.
What the bleep? That was killer. So overall.
Are we rating it?
It was entertaining. No,
it was entertaining. Yes.
They did a great job.
I thought it was very funny.
Yeah. So, good note to end on for the Comic-Con, I think, for those guys. So what sort of things of really intense value can we discuss from Comic-Con? There were some really great videos. I thought we could kind of go down the list and play some videos and maybe talk about what we think they have going on in them. Maybe theorize a bit about what they're trying to say.
Okay.
Are you ready to achieve your highest potential? Then Lost University is your future. Here's just a sample of the exciting new courses available, taught by our world-renowned faculty. Set your own class schedule. Track your progress towards graduation. Join a study group with students from around the world. We are on the cutting edge of tomorrow. If you think you've got what it takes, then get started now, here at Lost University.
Okay, so what's your first reaction to that?
It looks cool. It looks fun. I don't know.
Lost University looks fun?
Sure. Learn new things.
My first reaction is fantastic polar bear logo mascot thing.
That's true.
That's my new background for my computer. That's so cool. I want that. I want a sweater with that on it. LU with the big polar bear.
A hat.
Yes, I'd take a hat. I'd buy a hat of that. People could be like, what is that? So this is the first time I'd say that this is kind of like their ARG, their alternate reality games that they usually do during the hiatus. But in the past, all their games have been very show-focused, as in like storyline focused. They weave in and out of the storyline of Lost. Whereas now we have an ARG, if it is an ARG, I mean, it's just kind of a big advertisement, to be honest. Because you can sign up. We both signed up to be students for Lost University, whatever that means. I mean, they're going to be releasing some things in September. But it's the first time I'd say that it's about the show. It's about the production. There's an art class held by Jack Bender. There's, in the ad, you see Lost as a show, and it's called Lost University, instead of being integrated into the Dharma Initiative or something. So they're stepping outside of the storyline of the show and making something about the show.
They look like us. They talk like us. They walk among us. Yet they are not us. Ever since the dawn of civilization, secret societies have existed. What do they know that we don't? And why do they exist? Some exist as a benign social group in a small town,
Benign.
but others span the breadth of the entire planet,
It's an odd map.
infiltrating every corner of our
I love
society.
The red dots is just...
An assembly that spreads in our ignorance, working silently to accomplish its unwritten mission.
And the book's empty. Ha!
The scope of their power is unbeknownst to even the most intelligent minds of our time. Are these groups here to protect us, allowing man to live under their silent watch, or do they have evil intentions far beyond our darkest nightmares? Mind control, secret weapons, conspiracy to overthrow the government, intelligence sharing with otherworldly beings, and clandestine eavesdropping of our most intimate communication. Organizations like the Freemasons and the Skull and Bones existed in complete secrecy for many years. However, we now know of their existence, and we believe their mission to be purely humanitarian. But perhaps there is another organization, one that has yet to be classified, one that exists only under the dark veil of secrecy. It appears to be a peaceful organization, but wary to show itself to the public. The recent manifestation of clues and evidence has prompted interest from truth seekers around the world. You may have seen an octagonal seal or crest with the word Dharma in the center. The word itself, an Indian spiritual term, this is their mark. Why do they exist, and what are they here for? Any clandestine organization of significant stature cannot exist in complete secrecy forever. Documents, stories, records, telling items that eventually float their way to the top of our collective consciousness. Theory and assumptions quickly inch closer from fiction to fact. It is perhaps by piecing these minuscule clues together, one by one, that we start to solve the puzzle. Join us in this Mysteries of the Universe, the Dharma Initiative.
That's great. Should we be nervous? Okay, should we be nervous about this alien life form thing? It's mentioned twice in here. That whole list of things they had at the end before the Dharma Initiative, we've seen. Monsters, cults, everything.
Paranormal activities.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
no, I'm just listing.
Yeah, but we haven't seen any alien life forms. Should we be thinking that they're telling us that might be coming up in the show?
It does seem awfully common in that. Yeah.
We saw it twice in there.
Right.
Let's see. Joe Opinionated, I checked her blog out, and she had mentioned this, and she was just giving an instant reaction to it. She said that at the beginning, when it says, they walk among us, but they're not one of us, that's like word for word what Jack's tattoo says.
Oh, really?
Remember Stranger in a Strange Land when he got the tattoo? That's what it means. That's what it says, but it's not what it means. That's the line at the end. Anyway, I noticed that, and just to be kind of a video geek that I am, the question mark they used twice in it is the exact same font they used for Jacob, God loves you as Jacob loved you. Or God loves you as he loved Jacob. That they used in the Room 23 video. Do you remember that Carl was stuck watching?
Oh, yes.
Yeah. There was a little flash of words, and it said, God loves you as he loved Jacob. It's the exact same font. Which means nothing. It's just me being an uber geek. But so anyway, I think this is going to be a series on ABC.com that they're going.
You know when it's going to start?
I don't know when it starts. This is going to be how they kind of answer all the little Dharma questions.
But they don't have time to answer in the show.
Right. Damon actually made a reference to it, I think, in the panel, saying that a lot of these little mysteries will be solved in this. So that'll be cool.
That'll be good.
It looks really cool. I can't wait to watch this.
Yeah.
And I love that old-fashioned... First off, I love that you can see the tape head roll at the bottom. It just has this great old beta look. The old ABC logo they use, the music, the narrator. I mean, it's just perfect. It's spot on.
Yeah.
Oceanic Airlines.
In the air since 1979.
Oceanic Airlines.
30 years with a perfect safety record.
Oceanic Airlines.
Okay, just give me a few reactions right now.
Well, to me that says the plane never crashed.
Since they have
and
a
it's
perfect
2009.
record. Right. They have a perfect record?
Right.
You caught that 2009 thing. I didn't get that.
Oh, really? 30 years.
So they started in 79, and it's 2009 with a perfect record.
He's impressed.
So,
that's very difficult.
That definitely means that the plane didn't crash. Because even on the show, they faked the plane crash. They would have known Oceanic went down. It's okay. So this kind of supports the concept of multiple timelines, right?
Yes.
Uh-oh. Let's go look at the Hurley ad.
Hi, I'm Hugo Reyes, owner of Mr. Clucks. Ever since I won the lottery, I've had nothing but good luck. And now, I share that luck with you, mates. On a recent vacation to Australia, I had a dream while camping under the stars of the outback. A dream of chicken.
Introducing Mr. Cluck's new Outback Roasters, made with the best free-range chicken in the business. Grilled to perfection with authentic Australian spices, corn on the cob, mashed potatoes, and a cold drink. Now that's an invention.
Rocky, dude. That's a beaut of a barbie. Cheers, mate.
Try the all-new Cluck's Outback Roaster Combo Meals. Just $4.42.
Mr. Clucks, it's chicken heaven.
Go ahead. I mean, it obviously still supports that, you know, Hurley was never on the plane, and he said nothing but good luck. So even that's changed. We're not even talking plane crashing on. We're talking Hurley's whole life has changed.
Well, doesn't it mean that the plane landed? Because he went to Australia.
Well, obviously it means the plane landed. He didn't. Yes, I get that. But he didn't go to Australia because the numbers were bad.
Right.
He went out there on vacation. He's having nothing but good luck since he got the money.
Yes.
Cool little nuggets that we saw. Cara saw it first. Like, isn't that Michael? And there's a little Michael and Walt type lookalikes in there, and there's sort of a John Locke guy just because he has a shaved head. But I thought that was a fun little bit they've added.
Yeah,
and
interesting.
442, I'm sure, is some number we can apply somehow to something. Maybe there's a biblical verse, 442. Donald, that's you. Get on that.
Wanted has brought hundreds of fugitives to justice. We couldn't have done it without your help. That's why we turned to you again in the case of a murderer on the run. Austin's plan for the murder of her stepfather seemed foolproof. Austin, as arson investigators in Iowa later discovered, had cut a gas line in the building where Wayne Jansen ran a modest plumbing company. The place was rigged to blow, as poisonous fumes clogged the building for hours undetected. It was a plan that the cold-blooded murderer executed to near perfection. The plumber had a routine that Austin knew well. After a day out on the job, Jansen would stop by the office to lock up his tools away for the night. But fate would intervene on this tragic evening. Having made an earlier date with his wife, Jansen instead sent his apprentice, Ryan Milner, to lock up in his place. As Austin had devised, the building went up in a violent ball of flames. But it was Ryan who would perish inside, instead of her intended target. Austin was detained for the murder of Ryan Milner before violently escaping the custody of a U.S. Marshal. She remains on the run to this day. Federal authorities consider her armed and very dangerous. So if you have any information as to Austin's whereabouts, please call our hotline. Let's bring this heartless killer to justice. Remember, you can make a difference.
Interesting.
All right.
I had always thought that Kate killed her stepfather.
And let's go to the next question. Oh,
how's it going?
Or?
Okay, some more timeline has went askew stuff. Let me geek out first. You can get some details. First off, I mean, this is fantastic. to get John Walsh in, do America's Most Wanted. That's really cool. They did a great job. I love the recreating this Ryan Milner going into the building and the footage of the building blowing up. My one big problem, and it's every show does this, the still they have of Wayne Jensen is obviously a still from the episode of Lost. It's very annoying. I wish they just could have found the actor and taken a Polaroid or something, some cheap, because you can always just tell it's so badly faked. But they get everything else right. All the other details are right.
Yeah.
What's your...
Well, time changed because she ended up killing
Ryan Milner.
Ryan Milner instead of her
And it wasn't at
and
her
it
mom's
wasn't
house.
at her house.
It was
yeah.
at his business.
Right.
And we now know that Kate weighs 110 pounds. And is 5'6".
Depressing.
Some more crazy timeline askew type stuff. Anyway, so fantastic stuff. These guys really can keep us going till January, entertaining us. We can just dissect these things even further. Comic-Con. Wish we could have made it. Sad that we didn't make it, but thank you to everyone who Twittered, who gathered video, who actually went out there and had a ball. We wish we were there. We really appreciate everything you did to help us feel like we were there.
Yes.
And now for the further adventures of Super Spandex.
Dad, this book reminds me of Law. Because things like monsters in the ocean.
Kendall, you reading your Vincent book again?
Yeah! Is that right?
That's right. What'd you spell?
Dharma. Dad, I think I'm happy you're teaching me a fabulous thing. Four, 8, 15, 16, 28, 42. Perfect. Dad, shall we learning 1 plus 1?
But you're learning the lost numbers. Is there anything more important?
I guess not.
And we got no principles. And we got no innocence.
You have to say the hatch.
Say hatch. Hatch.
We can't even think of a word that rhymes. School's out for summer.
You all, everybody.
What happened in 1937?
Charles Quinn was born.
All right. How long were Sawyer in the crew? How long were Sawyer in the crew in the Dharma Initiative?
Fierce.
How's the doggy go? That's right, Vincent.
Dad, I don't think this is exactly what the teacher had in mind.
You've just enjoyed the adventures of Super Spandex. Vidmail. Ready for some Vidmail?
Yes.
Vidmail from LostFan815. Losties, welcome back from vacation. I'm sure Lily's glad to see you're back. Loved all the vidcasts, Jed. The beard must go. No matter how many votes you get, Cara's is the only one that matters. Right, Cara?
That's right.
Wow, way to suck up there, Lost Fan.
Good job.
I love the vidmail from Evan. I did too. I do believe Locke has been himself most of the time on the island, but I also see Evan's point, and I think Locke has been influenced or controlled by Anti-Jacob for some time. I waited until Season 5 was over to listen to the Lost Mystery podcast. Listening to Anton and Evan talk about Season 1, Locke, after just having seen Season 5, was very eerie. How did Locke always know when it was going to rain? How did he know where to find Jack hanging off the cliff? Why was he always saying things like, it's not supposed to happen this way, or you're not supposed to do this? How was it supposed to happen, and how was Locke getting all this inside information? These are questions that will haunt me the entire hiatus. Stay lost. Lost Fan 815. Cool?
Very cool.
What do you think?
Good questions. I don't know. I didn't remember all that stuff, but it's very interesting.
Yeah, Evan takes his... I think that is Evan's theory, to be honest. He's kind of backpedaled on how heavy he is on John Locke has always been anti-Jacob or Esau since he got on the island. Because then he wouldn't be the John Locke we know and love. But the idea that he is influenced, which is a very easy word to apply, by Esau or anti-Jacob, I would say, yes, that is probably true, but also that can be applied to the island itself. John Locke was just the guy who instantly knew it changed because he could walk. He knew this place was different because he instantly had a change in him. And, you know, I don't think Esau walked up to his body and touched him in order to make him walk. That was just the island. That was just the place itself. So I don't know. I don't know if they'll ever get that technical as to the exact point when Locke was influenced, but we do know that he was getting information. He was knowing things that he shouldn't know. He shouldn't know when it's going to friggin' rain. He was one with the island. He communicated well with it.
It was destiny.
Yes.
Isn't that what he said?
Fin mail. It's short and sweet. This is from Bill. Losties, your Lost recaps are great. Your vacation recaps blow. By the look on Cara's face, I think she would agree she'd prefer to keep them separate. You see what happens when you make those faces? Bill. Well, Bill, we had a fantastic vacation. We just wanted to share it with everyone. But you'll get Lost content from here on out.
Don't worry.
We're on it. And no beard. Wait, he didn't care about the beard. Bill, did you care about the beard? You were probably one of the ones that voted for the beard. So we failed you again. Stop. You're making that face right now.
What face?
You're making that face like you don't want to talk about the beard. You just want to talk Lost.
Yeah,
it's
but
all
the
about
beard
Lost.
doesn't have to do with Lost.
It's always Lost with Cara. Lost. Send us an email.
Yes, an email. LOSTies with Jed and Cara at gmail.com.
LOSTies with Jed and Cara at gmail.com. Visit our website at
LOSTies with Jed Cara
.blogspot.com. And call us on our listener voice line at
206-338-7942.
206-338-7942. Call us, leave a message, and then email us a photo of yourself or an image you want to have us put up while your voice is talking. Alright. Bye.
Bye.
Wow.